we were talking about the 6 steps to take care of yourself so that you, in turn, may take care of business. And I was talking about meditation and what exactly meditation is. Now, I'm debunking the myth that meditation is about thinking deeply. I think if meditation was thinking deeply, then guess what? We all would be meditating all day long. So I also mentioned how in the Bible it says, meditate on my words. Now, did it mean think deeply on my words? I don't think that's what it meant. I believe that it meant pay extreme focus to my words. Meditate on it all day. Pay extreme focus to. Now, thinking is chattering. Let's see what thinking is, okay? What exactly is thinking? If you're using your mind to consider or reason about something, you're using your mind. Meditation is the lack of using your brain. Meditation is not thinking deeply. Meditation is experiencing deeply. If you're thinking, you're not meditating. You're doing the opposite of meditating. But if you're experiencing things, then you can meditate. So when God says meditate on my word, I don't think he was like think deeply about my words, but experience my word. Become the experience of my words. Meditate on my word all day long. Be my words. Express it. So meditation, in my eye, and I don't believe that Google is right, that meditation is think deeply or focus one's mind for a period of time or in silence or with the aid of chanting. Well, the second parts maybe have some truth to it. But I believe the definition of meditation is experiencing deeply and letting the mind be still as you experience your being and everything around you. Now, that's my definition of meditation. Experiencing deeply and letting your mind be free for a period of time as you experience your being and the things around you. Now that's my message and I'm sticking to it. So now you said, okay, now we've gotten past the philosophical contemplations. We've gone past the philosophical thoughts, Ed. So how do I meditate? Well, if you listen to the definition of what I said, experiencing deeply, then you can begin to meditate on everything all day long by just experiencing stuff, which means you can experience this video. Experience this video by watching it and not judging me, but just experiencing it, letting the words come through you and out of you. So experience means there's a practical contact with, or the observation. Observation, experiencing and observation. Now, there is a concept that we can become the observer of our lives and not become the victim or the slave of our minds. Now, this is good because when I say to meditate is to experience, and to experience is to observe, and to observe is to be the observer. Now, to meditate is to experience. To experience is to observe. To observe means that you're stepping outside and looking in. So let's say I did not teach you Qigong yet, and I just said, sit down, cross your legs, and bring your arm to the side, close your eyes, and take some deep breaths. So we're going to practice this now. We're actually going to do this in actuality instead of me continuously talking. We're going to actually practice this in actuality. What meditation does is it allows you to split between the chatter in your mind and the stillness of your being. Meditation allows you to split between the chatter of your mind and the stillness of your being. Now, let's understand what that means. Your mind is like a computer. Information is being processed all day long, all day long. We have 60,000 thoughts, which means thoughts are both inputs and outputs, which means we got the ping ping going. Thoughts come from, oh, let's think. Thinking is both the ingredient that goes into your mental factory to operate its gears, but it's also the ingredient that builds the products. So thinking is both the arrow going in and the arrow going out, and the thing making it run together. Isn't that weird? And the machine of your mind will continuously think, and sometimes what it can happen, it can overheat like a computer. So in order to stop this computer from overheating, what we have to do is we have to go to the observer and let the observer calm down the thinking processes. So how do we do that? Let's say we're sitting here and we're taking deep, full breaths. Okay? We're sitting here and we're taking deep, full breaths. So I taught you guys how to breathe properly already. So we're taking really deep, full breaths, filling in the belly and letting it go, right? But for some reason, these words are coming into my mind. Now, how do I step away from the words that are coming into my mind? As you can see, I literally have words coming outside of my mouth. So how do I stop this chatter? Well, I don't stop it. Because if you try to stop thinking, you only think about thinking. And then you start thinking more. And you start thinking about random things. Like I'm thinking right now. So you ever been in meditation and you're doing the same thing? You're just like, okay, I'm going to stop thinking. 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 But then you're actually thinking to stop thinking. Whoa. That doesn't work. You can't think to stop thinking. So to meditate, you have to notice that you're thinking. And then you have to just find something you can focus on that just allow you to be more. So I actually practice Tai Chi where you could focus on something else so that you don't have to think as much. So it's becoming the observer of your thoughts and then slowly allowing the thoughts to come in and come out. Now this may seem like, whoa, how do you actually do this? This does not sound easy. Well, it's not, okay? When I first was so stressed out in my life and I was like, my life is just hard right now and I need to learn how to meditate, and I didn't yet meet my mentor, what I had to do is I sat by the pond at my school and I was just like sitting like this, my chest up, taking deep breaths, trying to meditate. And most of the time I would have these mental chatter that would get in the way of my meditation, and I wanted to know why, how, and why. So what I did was I started to look at the waves in the water, right? I started to look at the waves and how they flow, and I would focus on that. I would be in one with both my inner and outer environment, and that sense of oneness brought stillness. The sense of being in one brings stillness, because as you're being one with different things, like the thoughts no longer play any significance. So when you can literally experience life and not think life, then you become present. Then you become mindful, which is the fourth thing. To become mindful, one has to have many components working in joint to help you with your mindfulness.